What's up, everybody?
What's on Jay's mind?
Welcome to this episode of What's on Jay's Mind. I am joined by Melvor and I'm joined by Rufus. You guys don't know who he is. He was in a couple of vlogs, so go back and watch those. Jordan will put the links in the description. You're going to see this guy a lot more, especially with Let's Play stuff coming up, so get used to it.
He was in the Toy Chasers episode also.
He was, briefly, but... So,
had a cameo.
He had a cameo. So, today we are discussing Game Informer's 300th episode, or 300th issue, top 300 games of all time. Okay, we took some notes here. We are going to do a live read of the top 10. None of us know what the top 10 is right now. This top 300 so far, I got to be honest.
It's an interesting list.
It's a very interesting list, okay? We got some notes here. One thing I want to take note of, first foremost, Monster Hunter World 293. This game, at time of filming, literally came out a month ago. How is a game that's a month old already in one of the top 300 games of all time? Should there be some kind of time limit, some kind of age requirement here? You know what I mean? Like, well, no, I'm just saying.
I think there has to be. There has to be enough time elapsed to give an undetached assessment of a game and see where it actually falls. You know, in relation to other games, you know, it's too new. It's too new a game. There's too much excitement.
Yeah.
There's too much. You know what I mean? It's too fresh to get a good gauge on how that is going to age, if it's going to age well or not. You know.
And that. Go ahead, Rufus.
Well, not only that. I mean, you got to give a game time. You got to give it a chance, because the first play is just to get through and the story and play gameplay and all that. You know, you go back and replay a game. You really start to pick up on what made that game so good.
Sure.
And the more you play through it, you know, and you don't have that opportunity if it just came out a month ago.
I don't disagree, but the bottom line is both of you pretty much said the same thing. You just elaborate a little bit more, but it's time.
I think there has to be
an age requirement on this. Even in sports, in the Hall of Fame, a person has to be retired 5 years before they're even considered for the Hall of Fame. Okay, that's after their career is done.
I don't think that's a bad limit, actually. 5 years, I think, is enough time to where you can gauge if a game is actually, if it actually has the staying power to be appreciated down the line.
I agree. I agree with that. I think 5 years old. Now, however, there are some games on this list that I made notes of that are great fucking games, but they just hadn't been around that long. You know? Another example of that, Mario Odyssey, the 224 spot. Mario Odyssey, amazing game. I know you guys haven't played it near as much as I have, but the game is fucking amazing.
But it's even if it's the best Mario game of all time, like ever, compared to anything else, Mario 64,
it's not 5 years old.
It shouldn't be on the list yet,
right,
because it just came out. You know what I mean? And I think that has to be factored in when you're making a list like that.
I don't disagree. Yes.
You know, some of these games are probably in another 10 years look back at this list and laugh at because they made it so high.
You said something, though. You said the people who are writing this list are probably a younger generation of gamer.
Well, in the little foreword, it actually said they had, last time they did this, Legend of Zelda was their #1 game.
And this time, Legend of Zelda's 58.
Yes,
58 on the all-time list.
They said a large portion of their staff is completely new, which means they're probably a lot younger too. Which means they, first of all, don't have the appreciation for some of the older games, but also the perspective to gauge this stuff, you know, accurately.
I think Game Informer did a poor job assembling the panel who were deciding the top 300 then. Honestly. Dude, Legend of Zelda 58? That's a snub, dude.
I bet some of the old school guys were pulling their hair out when they were making this list, saying, "Are you serious?"
Legend of Zelda at 58 is a fucking snub, period. That's a snub. So as we're talking about the games, I'm actually marking them off. My list is way longer than y'all's. Here's something on this list, and I didn't write the numbers down, but there's a ton of sports games on this list. Now I know it's 300, okay, but the very first sports game is Baseball Stars at 284. Baseball Stars was a great game, especially for back in the day, but we got through 300 to 11. And we've seen NHL 09, FIFA 15, ESPN 2K5, NHL 94, Madden 04, NBA 2K11, NCAA 11. Like, where's the show? Unless it's in the top 10, where the fuck is the show? The show is the absolute best baseball game that's ever come out. And every single time one comes out, it is the best baseball game ever made. If you're going to have baseball stars on a top 300 and not the show, there's something wrong with that. If you're going to have a lot of these other games rated above the show, there's something wrong with that. And if the show is in the top 10, honestly, there's something wrong with that. The show, as great as it is not a top 10 all-time game.
You know what I didn't see on there was Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball.
Which should have been on there.
Yeah.
Better than Baseball Stars? Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, way better than Baseball Stars.
Had a blast with RBI Baseball. That wasn't on there, was it?
RBI Baseball is not on here, no. Bases Loaded was not on here. There's so many baseball games not on here. Matter of fact, Baseball Stars has been the only baseball game on here.
And I do wonder what the criteria was for the making of this list. You know, obviously you have to have... I think one of the things that hopefully they took into consideration was how the game changed the dynamics of what was being made at the time, how it changed the industry, how revolutionary it was.
I still would not put Baseball Stars above RBI or above, if we're talking old school especially, above RBI, above Bases Loaded. I just wouldn't do it. Those games are just better games, period. Baseball Stars didn't do anything that put the baseball genre like on the next level. You know what I'm saying? So I disagree with that one. There's much better baseball games out there. Things I do agree with. Little Big Planet 266. Is that a little low, a little high? I don't know. Does it deserve to be top 300? I would say yes. Little Big Planet was a great game. Bully 93. I liked Bully. I love Rockstar. Everyone knows I love Rockstar, but 93. That's a little high in my opinion, especially when it's above GTA 4. And GTA 4, don't get me wrong, is probably one of the worst of the GTA games, the modern day, like we know GTA now. But that don't make it a bad game. Just because it's the worst of like GTA 3, San Andreas, stuff like that, you know what I mean? It don't mean it's a bad game. It's one of those things where unfortunately it's being compared to itself. GTA 4 is just not as good as 3, Vice City, San Andreas, or even 5 for that matter. Which 5 isn't on this list. I think 5 is going to be in the top 10, 53? Honestly. 93.
93, okay.
It's not better than GTA 4. Speaking of GTA, San Andreas made 90. I think that was low. GTA 3 at 51. Vice City at 28.
So a lot of those games were made the list. And if
yeah,
they're fantastic games,
and they are fantastic games. Yes,
I don't have a problem with that.
Yes,
but some odd decisions. What Peggle?
Peggle at 223. Peggle at 223, and Peggle. I like Peggle.
Peggle's a fun game. Yes.
Peggle is a fun game, but is it top 300?
And to put that into perspective, that beat out 224 was Super Mario Odyssey.
Okay, 224 Super Mario Odyssey. It beat out Super Mario Odyssey.
So,
which Odyssey
shouldn't have been on the list.
Game shouldn't have been on the list, right? Peggle's not better than Odyssey. Peggle's not better than Little Big Planet. Peggle's just it's a fun game, but it's not. No, in my opinion.
One of the first games on the list that when I saw it, I kind of like, cocked my head sideways a little because I thought it was an odd choice, but it was Wii Sports. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, okay, this was actually a very creative game that did something different that you hadn't seen before. So I can, even though it was a simple game, it was kind of like a pack-in game, it did something that you hadn't really experienced before. So as far as the ingenuity and the creativity and just the originality, I can see that on the list,
No, I don't disagree with that. At $2.99, Wii Sports barely cracked the top 300. Yeah. What it did for that kind of
motion sensing type of thing,
I think it definitely deserves to be on there.
Could be called a demo, but
could be called a demo.
Again, it showed people what was possible in something that hadn't really been explored before. So.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed. I think it probably deserves to be a little bit higher than $2.99 as well, honestly.
At least on the list.
Is it $1.99?
Maybe it was so probably high because it could be called a demo.
Possibly. So Bully, okay. Super Mario Brothers at 66.
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers.
The original NES Super Mario Brothers.
I'm not saying top 10. I'm definitely saying top 50 all time because of what it did for the gaming industry. Yeah. It brought consoles back into the home in the United States. consoles were dead. Okay, we didn't have them in the homes anymore because I mean it's Atari obviously, but the video game crash of '83, everyone knows about that by now. Super Mario and Nintendo resurrected gaming.
Well, not only that,
country.
it was leaps and bounds superior over anything else that had been out at that point. You know, I was used to seeing graphics, black screen, couple little pixels dancing around on Atari, and then this thing came out, and it was vibrant colors and super responsive controls and amazing music and fantastic gameplay, and it just literally blew me away. There was nothing wrong with the game.
So, speaking of Super Mario Brothers, though, and staying with Super Mario Brothers 2 was at what? Did anyone write that one down?
Yeah, it was at 181.
181. I gotta be honest. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
I was a little upset about that, you know.
But, did you want to say something else?
Yeah, it was, I mean, well, I would say it's a little bit lower than what I thought it would be just because it did something for Mario that it didn't have before, which is picking up enemies and using them as weapons. And then that was integrated even and improved upon in Super Mario Bros. 3, which is a really great game. And I have not seen it on the list so far.
It will be top 10, I promise you. It will be
yeah.
top 10. It has to be top 10.
Yeah, that's
if
what
it's
saying.
not, you're going to see me fucking like shit on this fucking coffee table. This SMB3 is not top 10.
I was upset because I like 2 better than 3, okay?
And see, and I know that. And that's why I looked at you when I said I'm okay with that. Yeah. I know you like it better.
Yeah, I had more fun with the game. But, I think the fact that it didn't start out originally as a Mario game has a lot to do with how it's looked upon today. I tell you what. No, I don't mean to cut you off. I did one thing on this list I did really appreciate was the fact that they had a text-based game on it. You know, which is something that is just totally forgotten in today's
right?
video game. Yeah, it was Zork. Mm-hmm. It was 186.
186.
It came out on the PC, and I appreciated that because you don't see games like Bedlam or Madness in the Minotaur, or some of these old classic text-based games that we loved to play back in the day. The fact that they incorporated at least one in this list, I appreciate it. And I know that was one of the old school guys that was still working for Game Informer.
You wrote down Mario 64. It came in at 69. What are your thoughts on that? Because I know Mario 64 is your favorite Mario of all time.
My favorite of all time.
Okay.
And not necessarily, I think, the fact that it was 69, although, yes, that's it. But what beat it, what got rated higher, I think is what was really startling to me.
I agree. I think Mario 64 should have been higher as well. Mario 64 is up there in that group of my favorite Mario games.
That was a game that revolutionized video games because it did what the original Super Mario Brothers did for the industry because it broke the mold of what a video game could be.
Right.
When the game blew me away the way the original Super Mario Brothers blew me away, because it did literally change everything that a video game could be. And it wasn't the first 3D game, true, but it did everything spot on perfect. For such an early 3D game, for them to have mastered that type of experience, I thought was just mind-blowing, and the fact that it's so low on the list, and that some of the things that beat it, I'm like, I wouldn't even give a second thought to.
This is my thing with a lot of these games. It's not necessarily where they were ranked, it's what was ranked above them. Okay, now one of my biggest bitch fits on this, and this is a personal thing, y'all know exactly what I'm about to say right now. Tekken 3 ranked at 247. Tekken 3 is one of the best games in the entire franchise, absolutely. It defined, in my opinion, 3D fighters. Okay? Am I wrong, Rufus? You're a big fighter like I am, right? You're fighting
more than Virtua Fighter?
Oh my God. Yes, more than Virtua Fighter, right. Above that, Mortal Kombat X or 10, I mean, it's good. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's a great game. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a great game.
What did that score?
I didn't write the numbers down. I just know it was above Tekken. Soul Calibur Mk2, another great game. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Championship Edition, another great game. Soul Calibur, I just said that one, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. These are good fighters, don't get me wrong, but on this list of fighters that beat out Tekken 3, the only one that I could be like, all right, is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Everything else should be below Tekken 3, okay? Or How come there's not another Tekken game on this list?
Yeah, no kidding. Tekken 2 was the first Tekken game that I ever played. It came with the demo came with the PlayStation when I
Yes.
bought it.
I doubt a Tekken game's on the top 10 either.
No, it's not. There's no way.
there's no way.
But Tag was better than all of these games that I just listed here, except for maybe Marvel's Capcom 2.
Yeah.
Tag was great. 6 was good. 5 was good. 4 was shit. 7 is good. I'd probably say Tekken 3. I mean, give me Tekken Tag on here somewhere. At least put Tekken Tag. It didn't happen. That's kind of irritating to me. That's a personal thing, though. Tekken should not be that fucking low at all. Ocarina. Let's get into this one. Legend of Zelda. Great franchise. French fries. Great franchise, right? Everybody loves Zelda.
Everybody loves Zelda.
Legend of Zelda was number 1. We already said this, didn't we? Number 1.
The last time
they did
list.
this. 58 this year.
Yeah.
58. Ocarina 39. So we got a little more love. And Ocarina, I love Ocarina. Still not better than the first one though. Still not better. Was Majora's Mask on there? Where's Majora's Mask? Hadn't even mentioned, has it? It was higher up though. Okay.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild was higher up as well. But again, if we go off the age thing, Breath of the Wild shouldn't be on this list at all.
Yeah, I think it's too new a game.
It's too new a game, right?
Too new a game to gauge how it's going to. Yeah.
Do you guys have notes that we haven't talked about? We've talked about pretty much everything on your list, almost.
Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 7 were on there. 10 was 127. I don't think 10 should have been on there. I think I don't know. It was just a mess of a game. Why they produced a sequel on that, I have no idea. But 7 being 80, number 80.
Yeah.
I
mean, dude, even I admit 7, and I'm not an RPG guy. You know that 7 should be way higher than 80.
That was insane.
Way higher than 80. That's a snub in my opinion. Period.
Oh, definitely.
Mega Man came in at 36. Mega Man 2 actually came in at 36.
Right.
I remember we were reading that. We both looked at each other and like, okay, yeah, that's about right. That's a good spot for Mega Man 2. Resident Evil 4 came in at 34. That's a good spot as well for Resident Evil 4, I think. That's a personal favorite of mine. That's in like my top, like honestly, probably 5 all time.
Right.
But 34 is respectable. Okay. Bioshock at 15. Did you play Bioshock? Any of you guys play Bioshock?
I didn't play Bioshock at all, no.
First of all, you're missing a great game. Bioshock is good. I think you people watching will probably agree with me on that one. Bioshock is a really good game. Excuse me, that's a really good game. But 15? 15 above Mega Man 2, above Resident Evil 4, above Tekken 3? No, Bioshock should not be above Final Fantasy 7. Right. No, I disagree with that. Miss Pac-Man came in at 11. I have to, I think that's where it belongs, definitely. Honestly. If you're not gonna have Miss Pac-Man in your top 10, it needs to be the next best thing, which would be 11, which is where it is, honestly. Miss Pac-Man, in my opinion, I like that better than Pac-Man.
Oh yeah, it was always deemed better.
Yeah, I will not go to an arcade and not play Miss Pac-Man if it's there.
Right. If
it's there, Jay's playing. Bottom line. One of my favorite franchises, God of War 3, came in at 119. Okay. And I'm gonna allow that pass because God of War came in at 40.
What was Resident Evil 4?
34.
Write down
34.
Okay. 34. So Suikoden 2 made the list, which was kind of surprising.
It did. I wouldn't say it's surprising. It's a great game. It's great. They evolved on the story very well from the Suikoden.
I didn't expect to see one of the Suikoden games on this list, just because some of the other stuff that we were seeing, we kept seeing a lot of new stuff.
Yeah. A lot of new stuff, yes.
A lot of new stuff, I think, which reflects the demographics of who's working for the magazine at this point. And I think it was kind of alluded to in the little forward, kind of explaining how the list was made.
Look,
it was a pleasant surprise.
I'm not sitting here trying to say that I could have come up with a better top 300. That's a lot of fucking games. 300 games is a lot of games. I'm not saying I could have come up with something better. Just some of the placings are just wrong.
I think the placings
are wrong. Go ahead, guys.
Odd.
Because I've ran through my entire list. So go ahead. What do you got left on y'all's?
Ninja Gaiden was on there at 170. I like that they have a Ninja Gaiden in there. I just don't like that it wasn't 2. I think 2 had a better story, better gameplay,
Sure,
all the way around.
Sure.
And the fact that, unless it's in the top 10, which I don't think it is.
Top 10 speculations. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, if it is, great. You know, along with Super Mario 3, because I mean, really, that's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, Super Mario 3 is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the fact that they chose the first one instead of the second one was kind of odd to me.
Katamari Damacy was on the list as well, and I could see that because it was a.
Where was it on the list? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but it was high. But it was one of those World Creative games. I can see something like that. I can see some of the games that they were talking about, like that were trying to really push the bounds of what the storytelling was.
Sure.
And stuff like not Resident Evil, the zombie one, the
Plants vs. Zombies?
No.
Zombies Ate My Neighbor.
Zombie. Resident
Walking
Evil.
Dead.
Silent Hill.
The Walking Dead.
Oh, Walking Dead was
yeah.
on.
The
Dude,
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, the Telltale ones. I think it's well done. I don't think it's top 300. I don't think it's top 300. And I like the game. And that's the thing is, like, there's games on this list that I like, and I'm like, really? Top 300? Or really? Peggle at 223 beating out a whole slew of other games? No. And then I like The Walking Dead. That's the thing. But no, top 300. I didn't write it down, so I don't know. I don't remember where it was. But no, even Bully at 93. That's too high.
That's a surprise.
That's too high. Bully should be in the bottom third of the 300 list, in my opinion.
Again, actually, not even the placement, just what it ended up beating. It's just mind-blowing to me. So yeah. What was it at?
Bully 93.
93.
93.
Yeah, it's an odd one. Knights of the Old Republic made the list. I'm not surprised about that.
I know you like that game.
No, I didn't actually.
You didn't
I never played it.
Oh, okay.
I played
my
a
bad.
couple of hours and lost interest, but it was one
Gotcha.
that, like Billy, I wanted to go back and play because everybody just kept saying, "Dude,
Okay.
this was a great game," and I just didn't give it a chance. Doom made the list, like
Doom made the list,
13, and I can see that. Didn't really like the game that much, but what it did as far as moving that genre forward,
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I definitely think you're right about that. It's what did it do for the gaming industry, and that's why something like Minecraft was at number 12. I'm not a fan, but Minecraft's huge.
Yeah, no,
Let's be honest,
Minecraft is
Minecraft's
huge. You know, it's like Guitar Hero.
Yeah, it's like Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero's on the list.
I don't
right?
like those games, but it did something.
It did, yes, it did something. And Doom at 13, I'm going to say maybe that's a little high or a little low, depending on how you're, judging it.
Like the survival horror type of a first-person shooter game. It was the first huge one, though.
It was, for
Everything that's followed is because of Doom and what it did. So at 13 I can see the placement. I don't mind that.
If it were at like 25, I'd be like, okay. You know what I mean?
Now that's the thing. Is that the best game in that type of genre? No, but it was the first big one that really took the steps forward to, to give life to some of these other games coming out in the future.
Okay, so did we go through everything on everyone's list?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do top 10 speculations. I'm not going to say predictions. I'm not going to say give me the top 10.
Mario 3's got to be on there.
Mario 3 will be on
because
there.
we haven't seen it yet.
For sure.
I would have said Zelda would have been on there, but I would have been wrong. I would have said Mario 64 was going to be on there. I would have said Ocarina of Time would have been on there. I would have been dead wrong because I would have said Miss Pac-Man would have been on the top list. I probably would have gotten maybe 2 or 3 right, it seems, at this point. I got a feeling it's going to be a bunch of new games, though.
So stuff that hadn't been named.
Donkey Kong
hadn't been named. I could see that being top 10. Super Mario Brothers 3 for sure. I could see Super Mario Brothers pushing like top 5, top 3 even. Honestly,
I say 1. I say it'll be number 1.
I didn't want to say 1, but I think you're right. I think you're right.
like that.
But we haven't seen Red Dead Redemption.
No.
Which was an amazing game. We haven't seen GTA 5, which is an amazing game. We haven't seen, we mentioned Donkey Kong. We haven't seen World of Warcraft. Okay, which personally don't like, but
it's a monster.
It's a monster, exactly. Was the original Pac-Man?
Yeah, it was. No, it was like some
Arcade Championship Edition or something. So we haven't even seen Pac-Man yet. So is that going to be in the top 10?
No, because of Miss Pac-Man's always considered the superior one. So if that was 11, there's no way the original is going to beat that.
Okay.
Side note, I was glad that Pong was on the list.
Pong was on the list. Yes, that's always nice.
You know, again, because of its placement in history, not necessarily the merits of the game itself.
Okay, so are we cracking into the top 10 right now? Would none of us know the top 10?
Yeah,
We're live right now.
Honestly, at this point, I can't even guess what else they decided to put on there. You know, so
You want to do it? Or do you want me to do it?
Let me do it.
You do it.
Give me
I'm not
this.
gonna look. Okay, so number 10. Drum roll.
Number 10. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
That just came out, didn't it? Like a year
2015.
ago? Oh, okay. It's a couple years ago.
Okay, I'm gonna have to already say I disagree with this top 10 list.
Yeah.
Number 9. What is it?
Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim is number 9.
It's still being made. The port just came out for the Switch, so I can see why it would be in the top 10.
I can't see top 10 on that one. I'm sorry. I can see.
I can't see top 10.
I can see top 300. I can't even see top 100.
These games are too new, you know, to really appreciate the longevity and the historical factor. You know, I just don't.
This top 10 fucking blows so far. Keep
Okay,
going.
well,
Number
Red
8.
Dead Redemption is number 8.
Okay, fine, fair. Now, hang on. That does make me happy. But is that really a top 10?
I don't know. I've
All
never played
time? That's the thing. I love this game. I cannot wait for Red Dead 2.
If it's based on, like, say, it's...
In my opinion,
best.
look, this is how good Red Dead is.
Mm-hmm.
I get asked this all the time. Like, what game would you like to see turned into a movie? If you take the Red Dead script and change nothing, that would be the perfect game to movie adaptation ever made. It's a great game. Hey, why are you looking ahead, asshole? It's a great game. Anyways, I don't know if it deserves number 8, much less top 10. Go, 7. What's 7?
7's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
No, bullshit. Go, 6. Just bullshit. 6, go.
Goes to
Bullshit.
the age of the people that are writing this.
Bullshit
list at this
is
point.
what it is. Go.
Maybe, are we just the old fogies then?
No,
complaining
no,
about
because
everything?
no, we're not because I want. Fuck, are we?
No, we just know it's good.
No,
That's what
okay,
it
fair.
is.
We know.
We've
No,
been around-
that's
we've been around
bullshit.
long.
We've been around. Go, number 6.
Okay, number 6 is Final Fantasy 6.
Okay, Final Fantasy. Shut the fuck up. Number 5. That's bullshit. Over 7?
Right?
Over 7? Get the fuck. Go. What's number 5?
World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
That was
yeah.
mentioned.
Number
A
4.
little high, but I can see that crack in the top 10.
A little high, but I can see a crack in top 10 too.
GTA 5.
Okay.
Is number 4.
I could see that too. I got to be honest. I could see it.
Really? You can?
It's that good, dude.
Okay.
It's
okay.
that. Well, I don't know about number 4. I could say top 10. I think a little high. Like World of Warcraft should have been 10. GTA 9, right? Or like, yeah. No, I mean they need to be pushed back
Like,
a little bit.
yeah.
Just a few slots.
Right. Okay.
So one that I should have thought of, but I didn't. This I can't argue with. Number 3 is Tetris.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. No, I'm not even gonna say. I'm not gonna argue. Oh wait. So 2
we
and
got
then
2.
1. Dr. Mario number 2. Super Mario Brothers 3 number 1.
Okay. We were close. Super Mario Brothers 3 is number 2.
I'm afraid to hear what number 1 is.
You shouldn't be, actually.
What is it?
It's one that we should have thought of that we just, for whatever reason, didn't. What do you think it is? Did you see?
No.
Okay, what do you think it is? I wouldn't have guessed this. And I should have, and I feel embarrassed that I would not have even thought of this.
Well-
that I didn't even think of this one for the top 10. Guess? Give me a guess.
We already
Both
said
of you.
Donkey Kong. That could be the only thing I could see beating Super Mario
For
Brothers
number
3.
1?
Contra? No.
For number 1? Okay, Link to the Past. It's the only Zelda game that we didn't mention, you know?
There's a reason I didn't mention it. There's a fucking reason. Okay. I'm going to give my overall thoughts.
So-
This is
so-
probably a 30-minute video. Go ahead. What are you going to
Make
say?
everybody angry. Everybody angry right here. I liked Minish Cap better.
Did you?
I did.
Hey, Minish Cap's better than Link to the Ass. Changed my mind.
But I'm not surprised, and I think Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is looked upon as one of those games that, even as revolutionary as the original Zelda was, and Ocarina of Time, This is one of those that I think people almost universally praise as the best one. So I'm not surprised, and it probably deserves it. Honestly.
Number one? I don't think it deserves number one. It's not even the best Zelda game. How can it be the best game of all
It's
time?
not my favorite Zelda game. Like, even Minish Cap beats it, but again, it's not my personal preference, and that's my personal preference. This is just something that's universally accepted as being the best of the series.
I think there were a lot of flaws in this top 300. I think that the panel of people who selected this top 300 were probably flawed individuals. Not that I'm perfect.
Just close, right?
Pretty fucking close. The term godlike has been used
Oh my
when
God.
referring to me. And by me, but...
Like, God, that dude's an asshole.
No, actually, I'm pretty disappointed overall in the list, I gotta be honest. It's just... The placings on a lot of these games was way fucking off. Way off.
Yeah, I agree.
Of the top 10...
Of the top 10...
Of the top 10, what
half of them shouldn't even be fucking in there.
surprised me was Final Fantasy VI and Call of Duty.
Same.
And The Witcher and Elder Scrolls. I think those were surprising to me.
They shouldn't have been there, in my opinion.
I can totally see...
I can see those being top 20, top 30, but not top 10.
I can totally see World of Warcraft, you know, a Final Fantasy game. Just that one's kind of odd, but...
Right.
What do I know, right? I'm the toy guy, so...
You're the toy guy. So, all right, guys. Those are our thoughts on this very flawed top 300 list. Put your thoughts down below. If you haven't read the magazine yet, I don't know if we get it early because we're subscribed. I don't fucking know. But just let us know what you think. It's just especially the top 10 or like your favorite games if they were on the list. Do you feel they were snubbed? They were where they belong? Whatever.
I wonder if they were trolling everybody. You know, like
with that list, they were fucking trolling everybody, the entire fucking internet with that list. Anyhow, thanks for watching.
Some good games. Just the placement was odd, but thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Funding for the Game Chasers and the Shady J Show is made possible from our patrons on Patreon. Thank you.